this is sort of a side note for new friends, and then if you guys send this message out to anybody, that would be very well appreciated. But I've been doing work on a library of sorts, and just things to help this group expand and learn more than that, to adapt to, I guess, what I call like friend culture, friendism, and I guess that the most important part of this recent project I'm doing, friends, is that to gain a right idea, one needs to absorb things around them. The only way that we gain ideas, that we gain new concepts, is by interacting with others. So, having all your friends with you, or at least some of your friends, even one of your friends with you at any point, really, it'll mean a lot to you. If you just have that normal mindset, it'll mean a lot to you. Those are your friends. You like them. You enjoy spending time with them. But, if you take a minute to sit back and consider, the inner complications of friendship, the toll that friendship has on you, or that any interaction has on you, it's a thing that you really want to avoid. Which is part of why I say to you guys, and to most people, to be honest, if you're going to, if you're going to follow me, if you're going to follow correct ideas, if you're to support the ideal, then you need to stop exposing yourself to degenerate activities and degenerate media and all that. And even the way you talk can fuck it up. If you say, "Oh my God," or "Jesus Christ," or a lot, there's exclamations like that, that'll have a really heavy toll on your mind. I think that you gain a lot of hubris by talking in an inappropriate manner. I know a lot of people who would agree with me. The way you talk, it leads a lot on not only others' opinions of you, and others' opinions of whatever creed or organization or whatever you might call it that you're a part of, but it'll spread. It's like the plague. A quote I really like from Nick Land. He said, "Biological viruses re-instruct cells to become virus factories. Computer viruses re-instruct computers also to become virus factories and to execute commands such as displaying messages or deleting data or other more involved things. The virus captures the behavior of the system. Think of a wasp and orchid. The orchid hacks into the sexual program of the wasp, capturing its behavior in order to get itself pollinated. As I understand it, these K-positive viruses are about capturing the entire telecommunications and data processing system to replicate and escalate the process of takeover itself." I guess that leaves me in a spot where I guess, say you're a really shitty person, or you're violent, or you engage in degenerate activities, or you're unkind, or you have some colorful friends, or you spend your time on strung out on uppers, or if you're shaving very often, or just generally, that only applies if you're a man, I guess, but if you are breaking the law, if you're breaking the law or teaching others to do so, you've got a place in hell. It's terrible, friends, but I think the most important part of all of this is remembering material C. Material C, I think, is what our brains will run on, and I think that's a very good term, for our brain's code. So you yourself, you operate on material C. That's what you're filled with. That's the way you think. That's the way your family thinks. Your friends, their friends, their families, 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 all of them. Every single person you meet, every single person they meet, every single person they meet, everyone has, they think in material C. Except few people. I think that you friends are at a place where you're not necessarily operating off of material C. I think I've helped you guys understand the little flaw in that system, and that's very fragmented. It is an object-based, chunk-based, very limited system. Think of it this way: you're running off material C. If you're running off of material C, you cannot imagine a new color. Your limits are what is around you. If someone wants to steal from people a bunch of times, he'll grow used to the pattern of stealing and that shit. If he looks back at his past self before he stole, because it'll raise, the stealing will become a bigger thing. But if he looks back before he adopts such a fucking awful way of life, he's gonna notice a really sharp, obvious, painful change in behavior, in demeanor, in lifestyle. And you might think, I think you guys are intelligent enough. I really hope so. I think I've done a good job with you. I think that this, you might say, well, this is a shock, but it's not. It's not at all. A more intelligent man, a more enlightened man, a better man, a man relying on the other world, will realize that interaction with this world at all breeds modification and infection. You are being pollinated. The elites are pollinating you, your family is pollinating you, your friends are pollinating you. Everyone's doing this to you. And it's not a thing that you should take pride in. You're losing your individuality. You're losing connection with God. You're losing your gift, and I think that's one of the worst things this world does to people. Is it strips them of their gift and the positivity inside of their souls, and their just everything they could have to themselves. Material C is so dangerous and bad because it just crushes the spirit. Think about the Gospel of the secret Gospel of John, secret John, whatever you want to call it, friends. When Adamus is given physical form, becomes Adam, his spirit is fucking separated. His body becomes something. Your spirit, if you are in the other world, friends, your spirit, if you are closer to God, if your spirit, if you spend your life in meditation, or at least in some form of positivity, you are more whole than Adamus was. In this instance, you are better off. You are safer. You are going to be a happier person. You're going to be a more healthy person. It's not okay to be separated, and this world teaches us that it is. I saw an article the other day. I think it was CNN or fucking BBC or something. One of the red logo news sources. The article insisted that the assassination of Abe Shinzo was something that people had, that it was an abnormality. that this was not a common occurrence, that this was not a thing that happens often, and that's a thing that they are trying to put on. A big part of the way our society works is whittling you down so that any value you might have, it's not something there. Not interested in that. Any truth you might have, no, they're not interested in that. The world is just not interested. You're terrible off here. And no matter how simple a creature or a person is, the way they react to external stimulus remains the basis for thought and perception and everything in this material world. You can't be an individual within this material world. And so I was told, and I'm sure you guys remember this. I'm sure that maybe of your friends, if you talked about this with them, would remember this. What happened maybe a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks even, where I was at home and I had these people appear to me. I had these people start to follow me and watch me, and I had my shadow bend, contort. I saw that this house, that this building, and that this everywhere here, at least in my localized area, of course, is extremely unclean. Now, Peter has the dream, he dreams, or has a vision, or whatever you'd like to call it, that all animals, all of this is common to God. And of course, yeah, that's one thing, that's very important. But consider this, our world is not common. Our world was created by the corruption and trickery of Satan and the folly of Adam. Yes, we're all guilty, but to remove guilt of it, to become a better person, to become good, to become just, to become moral, you need to follow God. Discard the world. Follow God. I understand that a lot of you guys, you have your habits. Coke, drinking, you play games too much, you treat yourselves poorly, or you treat others poorly. Or sometimes a few of you are on medication to tame your mind. But part of, I guess, what I'm saying here is that your friends, they're dampening you. They are purposefully dampening your power, your connection, your ability to become one with the Lord. Not even one. That's a really fucking shitty explanation of what I'm meaning here. Because of course you won't really be one, but you'll just be at this higher level. And when you live in this hell, this era of terror, then even reaching a higher plane, even reaching the other world, reaching Mount Vernon, it feels like you are one with God. It feels like the highest achievement. We are diluted into thinking that it's not. We are diluted into believing that it is illness. I am not ill. My friend is not ill. You are not ill. I know at least two of you who are under the impression that you are extremely unwell. And that mindset has been hoisted upon you by endless white suits, endless therapists in leather chairs in a nice little warm room, insulated and shit. I know people who have had this drilled into them by everyone. Visit me. Talk about this with me. Hear me out. Pray. Prayer is the most important force at this time. You don't have anything without prayer. You need to pray. You need to pray. At least say the Shema, friend. You need to pray. You need to foster connection with God, and you need to disconnect. Disconnect from this world and follow God. Disconnect from your family, your friends, from everyone. Follow God. Your teacher, he is a good man. Your teacher is a good man, and he will help you. Follow God, listen to your teacher, and you will be aided. And I know some of you will want to talk to me about this. I know some of you will have questions, or you'll be angry at me for implying that your worlds are so twisted, for showing you what is true. You will reject truth because it contrasts with your world, the world you set yourself up in. It hurts you to hear how awful your world is, but that's the way they want it. They want you to reject truth. They want you to reject the Lord. The reason I speak to you about this is because I am witness to this. But I have not just witnessed the manipulation, economic control, the control using substances, using pills to dope you out, the policings in the streets, the beatings, the horrors that we see. For fuck's sake, we live in the United States of America. We live in the United States of America for the most part here. At least you're all here in this country. Being here in this country built on liberty and egalitarian values, it's terrible. There is no morality here, and that's our government does not exist for morality. You live in a place that does not exist to be moral. You live in a place built on your right to be immoral. You need to come up, you need to wake up, and you need to care for yourself. You need to care for your brothers and sisters. You need to care for the other peoples who are affected by the manipulation, by the usury, by the rape of the mind put upon you and put upon them by these fucking people up above. You need to follow God.